Is your favorite plant looking more like a sad stick than a thriving green beauty? Don't throw it out yet. What if I told you that with just a few simple tricks, you could bring that plant back to life and watch it flourish again? Plants aren't always gone for good when they look like they're on their last breath. In fact, most of the time they're simply sending out distress signals that we can easily fix once we know how. Welcome to Golden Hours Garden, the place where we turn hopeless plants into thriving wonders. If you're passionate about gardening, or if you've ever felt the heartbreak of seeing your plants wither away, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to reveal proven techniques that work like magic to revive your dying plants and give them a second chance at life. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell, so you'll never miss the tips and tricks that can transform your garden. And if this video helps you rescue even one plant, give it a like. It lets us know we're making a difference in your gardening journey. Now let's begin by first understanding the real signs that show when a plant is in distress and what you can do about it. When a plant begins to decline, it rarely happens overnight. Most of the time, your plant is quietly showing you warning signs long before it reaches the point of no return. The key to saving it is learning how to read those signals early and responding the right way. One of the first and most obvious signs is yellowing leaves. When a plant's leaves lose their rich green color and start fading into pale yellow, it usually means there's an imbalance in water or nutrients. Sometimes it's from overwatering, where the roots are sitting in soggy soil and can't breathe. Other times it's underwatering, where the plant isn't getting enough hydration to support its foliage. Another red flag is wilting or drooping stems. Even if the soil looks moist, the plant may appear limp and lifeless. This could mean root damage, poor drainage, or even sudden temperature stress. It's the plant's way of saying it can't transport water and nutrients efficiently anymore. You might also notice brown, crispy edges on the leaves. This is often linked to low humidity, too much direct sunlight, or a lack of essential minerals. It can make the plant look scorched, even if you've been watering it regularly. Smell can also be a clue. A foul, sour odor coming from the soil is often a sign of root rot, a serious condition caused by excessive moisture and poor airflow. Healthy soil should smell earthy, never rotten. And then there's leaf drop. When plants suddenly shed more leaves than usual. While some natural shedding is normal, excessive leaf loss is a sign that your plant is under stress, possibly from pests, poor light, or inconsistent care. Learning to recognize these signals is the first step to turning things around. Because once you know whether it's water, light, soil, or pests causing the trouble, you'll be ready to step in with the right solution before it's too late. Trick 1. Correct watering methods. One of the most common reasons plants start to decline is improper watering. Too much water and the roots drown, unable to take in oxygen. Too little water and the plant dries out, starving for hydration. The tricky part is that both problems can look similar: yellow leaves, drooping stems, and overall weakness. To fix this, you need to learn how to read your soil before you reach for the watering can. Instead of sticking to a strict schedule, use the finger test. Push your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, your plant is thirsty. If it still feels damp, hold off on watering until it dries out a bit more. Another powerful method to rescue stressed plants is bottom watering. Instead of pouring water from above, place the pot in a shallow tray of water and let the roots soak it up from below. This not only prevents overwatering at the surface, but also encourages the roots to grow deeper and stronger. It's especially effective for houseplants that tend to suffer from uneven watering, where the top looks wet, but the bottom roots are bone dry. After about 15 to 20 minutes, remove the pot from the tray and let excess water drain away. Finally, always remember that not all plants drink the same way. Tropical plants often prefer consistently moist soil, while succulents and cacti thrive on drier conditions with a deep soak, followed by long dry periods. Adjusting your watering style to the type of plant you're caring for can mean the difference between life and death. Once you understand how to strike that balance, you'll see even the weakest drooping plants start to perk up and show new signs of life. Trick 2. Reviving roots. When a plant is really struggling, the problem often lies beneath the surface at the roots. Roots are the lifeline of every plant, and if they're damaged, the plant simply can't recover, no matter how much water or light you give it. The first step is to gently remove the plant from its pot and inspect the roots. Healthy roots are usually firm and white, while dying or rotting roots appear mushy, dark brown, or even black. If you notice a sour smell coming from the soil, that's another clear sign of root rot. To save the plant, you'll need to act quickly. Trim away the dead or infected roots using clean, sharp scissors or pruning shears. Don't be afraid to cut back heavily if most of the roots are damaged. Plants are surprisingly resilient and can bounce back from drastic pruning. Once trimmed, dust the remaining healthy roots with a natural antifungal like cinnamon powder, or use activated charcoal to prevent further infection. This step helps create a clean environment for new root growth. Next, repot the plant in fresh, well-draining soil and a clean pot. Make sure the new container has proper drainage holes so water won't collect at the bottom again. Water lightly after repotting, just enough to help the roots settle into their new home. Then give the plant time to adjust. It may look stressed at first, but with healthy roots re-established, you'll soon notice fresh leaves and new growth emerging. Reviving roots is like giving your plant a second chance at life, and it's often the turning point between losing it completely and seeing it thrive again. Trick 3. Light adjustment magic. Light is one of the most important elements in a plant's survival, yet it's also one of the most misunderstood. Many plants begin to decline simply because they're not getting the right kind of light. Too much direct sunlight can scorch their leaves, leaving brown, crispy patches. On the other hand, too little light can cause weak, leggy growth, with stems stretching desperately toward any source of brightness. If your plant looks pale, floppy, or uneven, it's likely crying out for a light adjustment. The easiest fix is to reposition your plant so it gets the correct type of light. For most houseplants, bright but indirect light is ideal, like a spot near an east-facing window, or a few feet back from a sunny south-facing one. If your space doesn't offer enough natural light, consider using grow lights. These provide a balanced spectrum that mimics the sun and can work wonders, especially during winter months when daylight is limited. Just remember to give your plants a consistent light schedule, ideally 12 to 16 hours a day, depending on their needs. Another simple but often overlooked trick is rotating your plants regularly. If you always leave a plant facing the same direction, one side will get stronger light, while the other stays in the shade, creating uneven growth. Turning the pot a quarter turn every week ensures the entire plant receives balanced light exposure, leading to fuller and healthier growth. By making small adjustments to lighting, you can bring remarkable changes to a plant's health, often within just a few weeks. Trick 4. Homemade natural fertilizers. Sometimes a plant isn't dying because of water or light, it's starving. Just like people need food, plants need nutrients to thrive, and when they don't get enough, the signs show up as yellowing leaves, weak stems, or stunted growth. Store-bought fertilizers work, but they can be harsh or expensive. Luckily, there are simple natural ingredients you can use at home to give your plants the boost they desperately need. One easy option is banana peel water. Bananas are rich in potassium and phosphorus, which help strengthen roots and encourage flowering. Simply soak chopped banana peels in water for a couple of days, then use that water to feed your plants. Another great trick is using coffee grounds. These provide nitrogen, which is essential for leafy growth. Just sprinkle a thin layer into the soil, or mix it into compost, but use it sparingly to avoid making the soil too acidic. If your plants look dull or pale, a little Epsom salt dissolved in water can provide magnesium, which helps plants turn sunlight into energy more efficiently. The key is moderation. Dying plants are vulnerable, and too much fertilizer at once can overwhelm them instead of helping. Start small with diluted homemade solutions every couple of weeks, and observe how your plant responds. Within a short time, you'll often see brighter leaves, stronger stems, and even fresh new growth. Feeding your plants with natural fertilizers not only saves money, but also revives them in the gentlest way possible. Trick 5. Humidity and airflow fix. Many plants, especially tropical varieties, struggle when the air around them is too dry or stagnant. Low humidity can cause leaves to brown at the edges, curl, or drop prematurely. Without proper airflow, moisture can linger on leaves and soil, creating the perfect environment for mold, fungus, and pests. Balancing humidity and airflow is a subtle but powerful way to help a struggling plant recover. One simple trick is to create humidity trays. Fill a shallow tray with water and pebbles, then place your plant's pot on top, making sure the bottom of the pot isn't submerged. As the water slowly evaporates, it increases humidity around the plant without making the soil soggy. You can also group plants together. Plants naturally release moisture through their leaves, so a cluster of greenery can create a micro-humid environment that benefits all of them. Airflow is equally important. Gently circulating the air around your plants prevents fungal growth and helps strengthen their stems. You don't need a strong fan, just a soft breeze from an open window, or a small oscillating fan on low can do wonders. Remember, the goal isn't to dry the plant out but to prevent stagnant conditions that stress it. With just a few adjustments to humidity and airflow, even the most drooping, sad-looking plants can start to perk up and show signs of renewed vigor. Trick 6. Leaf care and pruning. Leaves are the powerhouses of a plant, capturing sunlight and producing the energy the plant needs to grow. When a plant is struggling, dead or yellow leaves can drain its energy instead of supporting it. Regularly inspecting your plant and removing damaged foliage is one of the simplest ways to help it redirect energy to healthy growth. Carefully snip off yellow, brown, or wilted leaves with clean scissors, making sure not to damage the stems or nearby healthy leaves. Cleaning the leaves is another essential step. Dust, dirt, and pests can block sunlight and slow recovery. Use a damp cloth to gently wipe the surface of the leaves, or for larger plants, give them a gentle shower with lukewarm water. For plants prone to pests, a light neem oil spray can keep insects at bay, while also improving overall leaf health. Clean, vibrant leaves are not only aesthetically pleasing but crucial for the plant to regain strength. Pruning can also encourage new growth. Cutting back leggy or overgrown stems helps the plant focus its energy on producing fresh leaves and roots. Even if it looks drastic at first, most plants respond positively to careful pruning. Within a few weeks you'll notice small shoots and buds appearing, signaling that your plant is bouncing back. With consistent leaf care and pruning, you can transform a struggling plant into a lively, thriving one. Trick 7. Emergency plant rescue hacks. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, a plant can reach a critical point where traditional care isn't enough. In these cases, emergency rescue techniques can make the difference between losing the plant completely and giving it a fresh start. One of the most effective strategies is propagating cuttings from the dying plant. Even if the main plant looks near death, healthy stems or leaves can often grow into a brand new plant. To do this, carefully snip a healthy stem or leaf and place it in water or moist soil. Using rooting hormone, or even natural alternatives like honey, can encourage faster root development. Keep the cutting in a warm, bright location, but avoid direct sunlight that could stress it further. Within a few weeks you'll often see tiny roots forming, signaling that the plant is ready to be transferred to its permanent pot. Another powerful hack is creating a plant hospital. Dedicate a small space in your home or garden where struggling plants can recover without competition or stress from other plants. Here you can monitor their water, light, and nutrient needs more closely, and intervene quickly if problems arise. Even the most neglected or severely damaged plants can respond dramatically when given focused attention in a safe, nurturing environment. With these emergency rescue hacks, you can often save plants that seem beyond hope. Even after you've adjusted water, light, roots, and leaves, there are a few extra steps that can make the recovery process faster and more reliable. One of the simplest tips is avoiding frequent moves. Plants get stressed when they're constantly shifted from one spot to another. Once you've found a good location with the right light and humidity, let them settle in for at least a few weeks before making any changes. Another quick tip is checking for pests regularly. Small insects like aphids, spider mites, or fungus gnats can weaken a plant and slow its recovery. Inspect the leaves, stems, and soil, and treat any infestations with gentle natural solutions like neem oil or soapy water. Preventing pests from taking hold early is often easier than trying to save a plant already battling an infestation. Finally, remember that patience is key. Reviving a dying plant is rarely an overnight miracle. Some plants bounce back within days, while others take weeks or even months to show significant signs of recovery. Keep consistent care, follow the steps we've discussed, and celebrate every small sign of improvement. With attention, love, and the right techniques, even the most drooping, sad plants can transform into vibrant, thriving greenery. Reviving a dying plant may seem intimidating at first, but as we've seen today, it doesn't have to be complicated. From adjusting water and light, reviving roots and feeding with natural fertilizers, to improving humidity, pruning leaves, and using emergency rescue hacks, every step you take brings your plant closer to a full recovery. Even the smallest actions, like rotating a pot for better light, or wiping dusty leaves, can make a huge difference over time. Remember, plants are resilient. They have an incredible ability to bounce back when given the right care, attention, and a little patience. Don't be discouraged if recovery takes time. Every leaf that perks up, and every new bud that appears, is proof that your efforts are working. By consistently following these techniques, you're giving your plants a second chance to thrive and fill your home with life and beauty. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like this video and share it with fellow plant lovers who may be struggling with their own greenery. Comment below with your plant rescue stories. We'd love to hear how your plants are bouncing back. And don't forget to subscribe to Golden Hours Garden and hit the notification bell so you never miss another tip that can transform your garden. This is your chance to turn sad drooping plants into thriving vibrant companions, and it all starts with a little knowledge and care.